What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Truck Driver Sean YouTube channel. In today's episode of Fat Man Tones from the Fat Man Your Mom Bones, we're going to do a little noise pollution. That's right. Dude makes awesome pedals. Now, y'all remember when I got this one, right? That is the original Skull Driver. It has seen a lot of action on my channel. The pedal's all banged up. It's missing paint all over it and everything because I've used it, right? I've had it for, Jesus, I should have asked Danny if he knew when I bought it, but I'm going to say I've had it for a couple of years, and I use it all the time. So he's updated it, and now we have the Skull Driver V2. Which, by the way, the artwork on this thing is friggin' badass. So, it looks like he added a tight knob. Other than that, everything else is the same, but obviously we're going to run them together and see if there's any difference. Because I move real slow, and the time that I have had Park Kingery's from PCP Pedals held hostage, I do have the special edition of the V2 here as well, which is exactly the same. It's just things are in a little bit different place, so I am going to hook both of those up just to see if they sound the same, right? Good thing about someone who builds them by hand is sometimes you can have two of the same pedal and they'll have a little difference between the two. So it's going to be fun to check out. So hey, watch my intro, and while you're watching that intro, I'm going to pretend that I'm hooking shit up, but really it takes a lot longer than what that intro is for me to hook shit up, so. Alright, let's go hook up some noise pollution pedals. I'll be right back. Check out this intro. Alright, yeah, the intro. I know you guys all hate it, but I don't care. Alright, so I have all three of these beasts hooked up. And obviously you test it to make sure things will work so I don't look like an asshole when I'm filming, right? I am going to tell you, all three of these actually sound different. A lot different. There's a pretty good spectrum between version 1 and version 2. So at the end of the day, the version 1 is a pretty simple thing. You have your across the top is your low and your high, your volume, and then your gain is below. You have a three-way toggle for your clipping. The only difference between that and the V2 is there's a tight switch added, which, you know, we like it when you can tighten something up, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the same riff on the EVH Iconic. I am on the Crunch channel, which is the green channel with the overdrive button pushed. Everything on it is dead nuts except for the gain. I'm only running on about 4 because I want the pedals to do the work. So I'm going to play the same riff through all three of these, and then we'll get back and talk about that, alright? Alright, here we go. as you can see, I went Raw Dog 5150, then V1, V2 Special Edition, and then V2. And then back to Raw Dog 5150. So they all kind of have a different flavor. And with everything in the middle, all the clipping obviously the same. In the middle, everything in the middle. You really don't need much more than just the pedal with everything in the middle, right? Well, now we're going to tinker. So, yeah. Let's play around with the clipping for a second. Just because of time, we're not going to mess around with the, whoops, the, you miserable bitch. Why you do me like this? There's people watching, man. Why you gotta be a dink? Why you gotta be a dink? Why? Why you got to be a dink? What the fuck? Oh, there we go. What the hell? Got fetched up on something. Oh, I really am fetched up. Oh, haha. Got caught in a hole in the back of the EVH. Again. 2 motherfucking times. Fuck you. You miserable bitch. Yeah, how to fix that fucking problem? I'll just dangle you. Go old school. Jesus Christ. Alright, so that's not gonna work. Alright, well. Jesus. You're an insufferable motherfucker, ain't you? Alright. There we go. Shit. Okay. I got this is how you know this stuff isn't all staged. You got to see me be aggravated. I'm still on my first cup of coffee, man. This isn't even funny. If you're laughing, you're a dick. Straight up, Holmes. You're a dick. All right. Let's tinker. Alright, so I'm going to go right on a ledge right now, or out on a limb, whatever you want to call it. Man, I need more coffee. So, I like it with the toggle all the way up. That is my type of violence. So, now we've tinkered. Newtouch's getting a little more noisy. It means there's a little more power. I'm not using a noise gate at all on this, and on channel 1 on the 5150, the noise gate that's built in doesn't work. So if you buy a 5150 Iconic, get yourself a decent noise gate. But let's just dial a tone in, alright? So I had to stop myself or else I would have done that all day long. That right there, just for anybody who wants to walk up and just be an insatiable piece of shit about people's gear. The reason why I got this iconic is I wanted to figure out why, two things. Why everybody shits on it long term, right? I mean, pretty much everything EVH has done has been legendary. People love it. This thing here, people that could only really afford like a Boss Katana or a Line 6 Spider or something, they're the ones that bought this amp and they love it. So is it a you just never had a tube head before thing? Is it a cheap thing? Is it actually a good amp, but cork sniffers are cork sniffers? Now granted, yes, we can say I have phenomenal fucking amps behind me, right? There's no arguing that. But this right here, this tone I have dialed in using the Skull Driver V2 on the low gain channel of the EVH, the Crunch channel. It is fucking musical. It's got a good clear ring to it, but it still has that really good thick driving thing that, you know, thicker than a Snicker. You know? Thicker than your mom. It just fucking... Dude, how the fuck can you say that doesn't sound good? Yeah, I don't even gotta touch it. That's my setting, right? I could use this all day long and not wish I had anything else. That is a fucking killer tone. No pun to the Chug Master General, Jason Frankhauser, but this thing here fucking chugs. It's just got a killer tone. It really does. You are not hurting for anything with this thing. You're just not. It is so damn good. Danny, you killed it. Now, I believe they're $200. I could be wrong because my memory sucks and I don't do my research before I make these videos. I just kind of like throw shit at the wall and hope it works. But really, if you want a fucking amazing overdrive, I mean, literally, let's show you the difference between what I got going on with just the EVH, and then we'll turn that V2 on. Yeah, here we go. Yep, alright, so final thoughts on the Skull Driver V2. I play a lot of shit, right? I mean, and I don't like to really make someone shine better than others because I have some really good gear by amazing fucking builders, right? This is not a waste of your money. If you like really musical overdrives and you have an amp that's just really not, putting you where you want to be, this thing here is fucking phenomenal. It's his take on basically a tube screamer, and it's ridiculously powerful. And, yeah, I mean, if I didn't stop myself, I could sit here and play this thing for hours and get lost in it. It just sounds so stupid good here in the room. I'm hoping that I've been working on getting my mic set up a little bit better. I had someone reach out and give me a couple ideas, which is great because, honestly, I didn't know what the hell I was doing when it came to miking stuff up. And if it wasn't for Kyle Bull helping me get started with miking correctly, my shit would still be a shit show. But this last group of, you'll see any video you see with the EVH Iconic, that has the new mic placement, and it was to do specifically with the Sennheiser E609. If I'm using an SM57, I'd still mic the way that Kyle told me. Kyle didn't lead me down the wrong path. For all you fucking hate train motherfuckers, get up on that poor boy. Calm down on the Kyle Bull. He's a good dude. Honestly. Know that fucker like in real life. Like I've stood in the same room with that guy. I've hung with that guy. He's a good fucking dude. Alright. We still pick on him though. You gotta raise hell with him. You gotta rib him a little bit because he's one of the boys. You gotta rib him a little bit. I'm not saying don't rib him. But some of the stuff I've seen lately has been a little out of line. There's no sense of being that big of an asshole, right? But anyway, Skull Driver V2, noise pollution pedals, about $200, shipped to your house, I think is what it is. And if I'm wrong, Danny, I apologize if I gave out the wrong price. If anything, maybe it's cheaper, and I gave you the wrong price. You can get an order. You're like, oh goddamn, that's a good deal, and you can order another pedal. I got some other ones I'm going to be doing too, but this is going to go a lot of places with me. It's going to go a lot of places with me. Again, with any of these high-end, super powerful overdrives, I will say this every single time. Having an internal trim pot that has a noise dampening solution would greatly improve this pedal. It doesn't need it because it's fucking phenomenal. But if you wanted to be in like the master race, fuck, that sounds horrible to say that, doesn't it? I need more coffee. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I don't believe in all that master race stuff, just so you know. It's so fucking stupid, but yeah. This thing's awesome. You're going to see this in a lot of videos. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do a whole top overdrives pedal again. I update it a couple times a year, and this definitely, without question, will be in that. Yeah, it'll be 5 overdrives, and that's one of them. I can tell you that right now, just because this is fucking phenomenal. It just is. It sounds great. It takes this amp, which this amp on its own sounds okay, but it needs a little help. This is the help that this amp needs. So hey, case in point, if you're one of those guys that's got an EVH Iconic, and you're like, they got me for a fucking $900, grand, depending on where you bought it. Get yourself this pedal, and still you're around the $1,200 mark for an 80-watt amp, and it will fucking destroy. Like, literally destroy. That thing's fucking awesome. I can't say that enough times. That is a 9 out of 10 overdrive pedal. If it had the internal noise solution, it'd be a 10 out of 10. But it loses 1 point for the That's how amp rigs tell me, fuck you, fat boy. Same sound your mom makes when I pull out. But yeah, anyhow, noise pollution pedals, Skulldriver V2, 100% worth the money. You will not be upset. If you like stuff by Eris Effects, you like stuff by KHDK, you like stuff by, I'd even say stuff by Michael Klein, This Heavy Earth, Fortin. I hate bringing Fortin into that discussion, but you know what? He does good work, so it is what it is. You like the high-end stuff like that. Like, stuff that's meant to just push. And unapologetically push at that. This, right here, is your friend. I'd look into it, alright? So, huge thanks to Park Kingry of PCP Pedals for lending me his special edition one, because I didn't already have one. Massive thanks to Danny for always treating me super nice and being super patient with my dumbass questions and my wants versus my income. He he holds stuff for me, makes sure I'm taken care of, which is fantastic. And yeah, if you want to see another style player that uses this stuff that's a little more on the percussive, almost djenty side of shit, go check out Angry Tones, Greg Campbell. He's got a pretty good video with it. Yeah, his tone's a little brittle sometimes, I get that, but I think it's because of how he's miking up the cab. I've heard him play in person, and his tone doesn't sound that brittle. I should probably call and tell him, like, dude, you got to move that mic just a little bit to the away from the center of that cone, or mic it right, one of the two. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing in his room for miking. I should ask him, because who knows? I get all this help from people. Maybe I could help him. And I know people's biggest complaint is how brittle his tone is, and his actual tone in his room's not brittle. It's huge. So yeah. All right, cool beans. Noise pollution pedals, Skulldriver V2. I got a couple more pedals I'm gonna do by him. I'm so backed up with stuff. I have literally up against my wall. I have boxes and boxes of shit I gotta demo. It's not a bad problem to have as someone who doesn't do this as a profession. I've got plenty of stuff to check out. So my chain today is the Reichardt guitars going into the Skulldrivers. It's going into the 5150 Iconic, which is going into my wonderful, super duper custom, lovely as hell, sexy motherfucker, Arachnid cabs. Speaker that is mic'd up today is a Mojo Tone Greyhound, and that's going directly into that Zoom Q8N. Alright? No computers involved, no nothing. What you're hearing is literally from point A to point B right to you. I take the SD card out, I put it in my phone, and up to fucking YouTube it goes. Alright? Only thing I can do is like cut things out. I can't manipulate anything else. But I have an Android, so I can cut pieces out. And I can put them back together. So, yeah. Like my balls fell out of my shorts the other day, and I had to take that out. None of us want to see that. Hell, I didn't want to. I looked, I was like, damn. Feel bad for that poor woman that sleeps in the bed next to me, because that's an ugly looking nutsack. Holy fuck. But yeah, it happened. Take that son of a bitch out. It ain't good when the squirrely whirlies hang out, you know. When the fruit bag's hanging out there, it ain't good. Alright, anyhow. Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Don't be a dick. Subscribe to my shit. And please, take the time to check out Noise Pollution Pedals. Best way to contact him, in my opinion, is through Instagram. Keep an eye on him. He always posts pictures of stuff that he's got going on. He doesn't do big runs of anything. So he might build 5 or 6 pedals, and then he'll post them up, and they're usually gone pretty fucking fast. For a guy who doesn't have a super large business model, he stays very busy. It's because the stuff he does is of the best quality, okay? And I will say this, if anything ever goes wrong with your pedal, he takes care of you, all right? So, he's just a good dude, small builder, does everything independently. The guy paints hot rods for a living. That's why he has sick fucking paint jobs. It's because if you're painting hot rods, you're good at what you do. People don't have you paint a hot rod if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. No. Classic cars, people are a little fussy about that. So anyway, fucking love all y'all motherfuckers. And I'll see you in the next video. Later.